She was shit maxing and piss maxing to the absolute max. Your rage is a subathon goal for 45K named Hasan Collar. Are jokes like that okay, or do they annoy you? No, they're fine. I don't give a shit. I actually was thinking about like getting a shock collar and then incorporating it into the stream to have it like on me for like a fundraiser or something. I feel like that could be something we could do. Like if we fundraise over like a certain amount, I'll get a shock collar and I'll fucking shock myself with it. That would backfire. I feel like that would backfire, dog. Probably your worst idea yet. No, for like a fundraiser for the fucking local no-kill shelters or something. I feel like that could be cool. Hasan, the purpose will go crazy. Be careful. Bro, Israel will hack you and kill. You can't do that. This is crazy. You can't kill someone with a fucking e-collar, dude. That's stupid. That's what your hate watchers want. I know, but we could farm the hate watchers for a good cause and fundraise off of it. Israel will donate 30 million to shock you for 8 hours straight. Yeah. Anyway. This is not a great idea. Okay, well, maybe we won't do it. That's what they said about the pagers? True. They're on their way to every pet store to give the shock collar the pager treatment. Did you congratulate nephew last night? No, but congratulations to young nephew Jason the Ween for I assume you're saying about the 100K subs, right? Yeah. Screw that. It's a good idea. Every 5K raise is a shock. I think so. I think that would be a good idea, but I don't know. But yeah, if you were asking me like, do I fucking care about the jokes? No, I don't, because it's one completely untrue, so it doesn't bother me that much. What bothers me for sure is like people who sincerely get duped by it. It is. I'm used to it. Yeah, fucking current mayor of New York who dropped out of the fucking mayoral race, Eric Adams, was like subtweeting me. You know? Is this the last time we're going to talk about this? Hopefully. Yeah. Guys, look at the current political climate and what people support. They're not the smartest. Yeah. I mean, we're not in the best place in general for media literacy, for critical thinking. It's just, we're not in a good place at all. So it is what it is. What does Kai think about all this? The Hollywood Reporter covered the story. I know. And it's really funny because like they went to PETA, and PETA is like one of the most militant, like pro animal rights organizations out there. And it's really funny because it's like PETA is one of the most militant animal rights organizations. Hollywood Reporter didn't even ask me for it, for my take on it or anything like that, which you're supposed to do. This like what journalism is supposed to do. That's what journalists are supposed to do. And it's interesting. They went directly to PETA, and then PETA fucking PETA straight up was like, he says he doesn't use one, and we really hope that is the case. Instead of just being like, yeah, he definitely uses one, we should kill him or whatever, which is what you would expect normally. But I think it's like low key. PETA's been an ally in the past as well. It's really sad because even streamers I thought you were friends with are saying you 100% did this. Who? Moist Critical? Is that who you're talking about? With the exception of him, I don't think any streamers are either legitimately fucking terrified. Streamers are either legitimately terrified of saying something, or like all of the people that have been around, all the people that have been around me are like, or have been around Kaya and myself, are looking at this being like, this is the most insane thing of all time. They keep fucking texting me being like, Dean So Cool did today. Wait, what did he say? I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. It's also crazy knowing how much fundraising and charity you've done for local animal shelters. I know. FaZe Clan didn't defend you. They made jokes about it. Why would, guys, what are you talking about? It's fucking FaZe. Of course they're going to make jokes about it. It's normal. I think you guys need to be less like, you need to be a little bit less sensitive about this stuff. Like, you need to be able to parse through like people who are memeing about the big thing versus people who are like very deliberately pushing an angle or pushing a narrative. You know what I mean? We're also making jokes about it. I've been making jokes about it. I posted on my Instagram stories about how I have 2 dogs to abuse now. Like, I have unlocked a second dog. Can you believe it? Like, what do you mean? Look, got 2 dogs to mistreat now. Like, it's, yeah. It is what it is, dude. It is what it is. I think one of the funniest parts about this is that, like, got doxxed over the Kaya drama. I work as a part-time trainer and made a post about how to identify abuse that no signs are seen in your clips. People are pretty fucking ruthless as far as like how they shit. Of course, this pro-Palestine piece of shit would say something like this, and it's like, all right, dude, what are you gonna fucking do? And then you have a bunch of people who are just like very actively going after people who have been like, I've been around this dog. I don't think that this is real. And now they're like, now people are just like trying to break into their accounts and stuff. The Yelp did not seem like a shot collar was used. I've met Kai. She was extremely loved and there wasn't a shot collar inside. But since I made the tweet, people are trying to hack into my account repeatedly. Like, it's like those guys, those fucking losers, they don't actually get the coverage. Yeah, I mean, but it has definitely pushed way past like the previous controversies, because like it's definitely hit the normie sphere. This is like a America Deserved 9/11 style situation, maybe even worse than that. Because I literally just now got like a normie friend of mine hitting me up to be like, dude, there's like people talking about it in like my like coworker space. Kids are talking about it. You know what I mean? It's like, this is the this is the meta. This is the thing that people are running with. I've seen people saying horrible stuff about Kai while being mad at you for supposedly shocking her. Yeah, they're it is what it is. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? I mean, this is, maybe I'm too fucking weird. Maybe I'm too weird about this, but I'm so used to it at this point. Like, this is just my life. All publicity is good publicity? No, that's not true. I mean, this is not good. This is not good at all, dude. There's like I mean, it makes me sad because I'm basically a white woman when it comes to taking care of my dogs. So this is definitely the new Hassan is a terrorist thing. Yeah. Anyway, blast off memes, my lord. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. There are straight up death threats against you in the H3 sub is so insane, but I think it's all people just chirping. Yeah. What are we doing back there? Getting comfy and getting cozy with it. I don't think it's worse. You're just more famous as a baseline, right? Yeah. I'd love to move on respectfully. Of course, we're gonna move on. But you have to admit it's funny that this guy's making fun of the rumor. No, I did. I responded to this person. POV Hasan Piker when his dog moves 0.001 picometer. And he said source Ethan Klein. And I think people didn't see that. And they were probably like mad at him or something, but I replied to it as well. It's so stupid. But I actually even replied to it with a photo post, but I don't know. It's just buried in the fucking it's buried in the comments probably. I know he didn't do it, but the memes are hilarious. I know this isn't true, but the slander is actually frying me. Yeah. What Hassan Abba has to say next will shock you, but not as much as it shocks his dog. Yeah, I think the memes that have come out of it are pretty funny. Overall, I think it's also funny that people are like I it's people fundamentally don't understand how like any of the dog training stuff works either. Like they don't realize that even the e-collars that do shock are unironically used to train fucking like service dogs and shit. Sure. Stop saying they don't understand. Yeah, we use an e-collar on our hunting dog. I've shocked myself. It's for his safety when hunting. Like people don't understand because like a lot of people think that it's just you're not supposed to train your dogs at all. You're just supposed to let them fucking roam, not realizing that like dogs need structure. They need to work. They need to be like very active. They need to get so even like the most maximalist position that people think happened is not even a remotely controversial incident. It's just like I was not even angry at Kai. I was just fucking angry at the situation of my internet being cut out, and I just had a fucking shitty moment. It is what it is. You know? It was something that I also recognize as well. It was just awful. They are wrong. The leading animal behavior organizations oppose them. You guys are spreading misinformation right now. Yeah, people criticizing me keep their dogs locked in a fucking crate for 10 hours a day. Which again, like even crate training is like I couldn't even do crate training to be fair. Like I fucked it up. Because I wanted to try and like potty train Kai on a crate. It didn't work. She just was so goddamn stubborn. So I just had to literally take the fucking L on that and basically wake up a million times a night back when she was a little pupper because she would just eat it. Like she would just literally shit and piss and then lay in her shit and piss. And because she has so much fucking fur, when she was like a little baby, when she was a little puppy, she has so much fucking fur that it would just be. Then I would have to sit there and wash her every time. Doors open. The old e-collars would share their frequency with TV remote, so pushing the buttons would activate them. That's crazy. Hi. How do you feel? Kaya, how do you feel? Okay. 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 Dogs stretching in front of you like that is also a sign of comfort for those of you who don't know. Hi. Oh, God, you're so nasty. Because, like, as always, she was. This morning, I took both her and Fiona to the gym. So she basically was duking it out with the two Belgian Malinois that she's besties with. And one of them just fucking treats her like a chew toy, which is crazy because she can't fucking feel anything. Because the Fear Am podcast, is almost shedding time too. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. Oh, no. The podcast was good. As always, it was an absolute banger episode. Um, any plans for March's birthday? Marchy Poo is old now. Congratulations. Um, congratulations to Marchy Poo for being old. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's just fucking blast it, dude. Let's just get twisted with it. Let's just go crazy with it, and let's blast off. Will you fire March and get a newer, younger producer? Yeah, for sure. Happy birthday to Vorlo as well. Damn, this is a big day. Hasan, have you ever heard of Israel? What's Israel? I'll bite. What's that? What is that? Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Palestine ceasefire, state National Guard fights taking place right now. Some really interesting things are happening there. Shutdown drama is continuing, but the administration is weird about it because on the one hand, they're posturing as though they don't even care about the shutdown, but on the other hand, they're doing things to basically uh, make people not feel the impact as much. And we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about Donald Trump not getting a Nobel Peace Prize, but the person that got the Nobel Peace Prize is a very interesting figure, which I think is setting the United States of America up for more intervention, direct intervention, potentially military intervention in Venezuela. And Jeremy Scahill is obviously going to be on the broadcast later. Jeremy Scahill, friend of the show. What's Jeremy Scahill's at? I don't know why I can't like put the ad on. Did you hear about the Qatari airbase? No, I did, but Trump wants to put sanctions on the Nobel Committee. That's fucking awesome. He is such a petty bitch, dude. It's just at Jeremy Scahill. I don't know why I can't like at him right now on Twitter. I don't. My Twitter is like a little busted for some reason. But when is it not? You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. 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 All right. At Jeremy Scahill. Later, Jeremy Scahill will be on to discuss ceasefire and perhaps scary gaming later. Get in now. www.twitch.tv/Hasanabi. Fantastic guess. He was on Electronic Intifada. Ghost of Yote. I have not downloaded it. Oh, mass layoffs have begun. Russ Vaught. The RIFs have begun. Silent Hill F. Our new VIP Vanilla Mace finished it well before you. When are you and Vanilla gonna game? Whenever. Whenever she wants. Little Nightmares 3 is something that I did download, for the record. I did. Did you hear about the Tennessee weapons factory explosion? I did. I did hear about it, but I don't have any additional details. I just saw it when I was going live and didn't think that I would add it onto the blast off tweet because I didn't have enough information on it, for the record. Anyway, Jet Fuel shit, bro. Everything melted like Akainu and Punk Hazard. For when you're doing Nobel coverage. Yeah, I saw. Okay, yeah, we got the Nobel Peace Prize. Don't worry, we'll talk about that too. Laura Loomer is crashing out on the Qatar Idaho base. That's fucking awesome. Who is disrespectful and disloyal to Trump now? It seems like Laura Loomer has found one thing that she loves more than Donald Trump. Interesting. Why are you trending on Twitter for asking a basic question? What is the basic question that I asked? Additional details are scarce at the moment. Okay. All right. Do we have the what do you call it? Do we have a playlist from Themasius? Oh, thank you, Themasius, for the playlist. God damn it, right on fucking cue with the goddamn gray bars, bro. Oh my lordy. Okay. David Simon had an incredible take on AI. I saw that. I mean, he kind of sucks, but he's been kind of whack about the Israel stuff ever since the Israel stuff. Like he's been saying some like hella whack stuff, but the AI take was good. Okay. We'll start with his AI take. Okay, we'll start with his AI take first and foremost. Okay, and also let me blast it. What is this? I'm trending. Oh, this is why I'm trending. I said Hasan Piker asks X followers if lives improved under Trump, draws mixed responses. Popular streamer Hasan Piker questioned his 1.6 million X followers on Thursday about whether their lives improved under President Donald Trump's second administration, receiving over 16,000 likes and nearly 2,000 comments reflecting economic hardships, policy approvals, and personal anecdotes. Responses range from complaints about rising costs and financial strain to rare claims of personal success independent of the administration of support for immigration policies. National polls indicate divided opinions, with 52% believing Trump is fulfilling campaign promises amid persistent economic anxiety and influence from Project 2025 as 2025 concludes. Yeah. I said, is there anyone out there who thinks their lives are getting better under this admin? I get Twitter is the worst place to ask for this, but seriously. Because like, I just think in general, everything is getting worse. Like, maybe it's just my perspective. I don't know. Because like, obviously, I'm in a unique position. I'm well positioned to be one of the very few people, a handful of different Americans that actually have the financial success where I if I wanted to, if I played my cards right, if I just like leaned into capital accumulation, for example, I could be positioned perfectly fine and actually make out like a bandit. right? But I don't do that because I'm a fucking idiot. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. But like, even then, there is just so much going on that is awful. It feels as though every day things are getting worse. There's so much fucking chaos at the domestic front. There's chaos in the foreign policy front. Okay. There's just chaos everywhere. And I don't think people's lives are getting better. Things are incredibly costly. Okay. Things are more expensive than they were before. It kind of feels like the system is breaking down and people are just like, well, what am I supposed to do about it? I have nothing that I can do about this. I just can only work my regular job and hope that I can fucking make ends meet. Like it just feels as though that is the meta. There are some who think like, well, at least we're owning the libs. You know what I mean? There's definitely some of those guys out there who are just like, well, we're owning the libs. But I don't think those guys are that prominent. I don't think those guys are that, like, I think even those guys are still fucking hurting, right? Yeah, nothing bad can happen. Only good can happen. But we're mass apprehending and arresting immigrants that are, one, doing jobs that no Americans want to do, no American citizens want to do, instead of like giving them the proper documentation to be able to work in the United States of America with the appropriate clearance. We're even taking away people's clearances when they do have that proper work authorization so that we can deport them. We're also making life incredibly unstable. Oh no, my slave labor. That's a really fucked up way to approach this, because that's not my argument at all. My argument is we should abolish the slave labor like conditions by giving these people the proper documentation and the proper work clearance, and then allowing them to participate in labor unions so they can improve their improve their living circumstances, improve their material conditions, demand more of the pay of the output that they generate, alongside the rest of the already documented and existing American working class. That's my argument. My argument is in the direction of mass amnesty. My argument is in the direction of pro-labor always, right? And the problem is that's not even a condition that people are ready to recognize. Like they've completely shut off that side of the argument. Fair enough, but there should be proper vetting. I agree. I don't disagree with that. And the thing is, when people say like, oh, open borders, they want open borders, like no one, when people talk about open borders, they don't literally mean that anyone and everyone can just like walk in and out with ease. Like, of course, there needs to be proper vetting and proper clearance. That's why I'm very careful. That's why I'm very careful when talking about like proper vetting is a dog whistle. Come on, Hasi. No. I think it's important to acknowledge this, that like there is already a vetting process. These guys that were apprehending at courthouses have already been vetted by the federal government. And people don't understand that. They think these are people who just like snuck into the country and the government has no idea about who they are or where they are or what they do. It's just wrong. They actually are constantly checking in with ICE. ICE is now betraying the like handshake agreement, I guess, that kept these people in the country and working to make a statement about mass deportations. They're simply using this as a way to make it seem like, to tell the most racist people in this country that like they're doing a good job, that they're literally fucking arresting people that are simply trying to make ends meet. It's very stupid. Don't say that Americans don't want to do the jobs, even if the jobs suck, because you're capitulating the narrative to the real problems that American workers are at fault for immigrants coming to do those jobs. No, I'm just talking about the reality, man. I'm just talking about the fucking abject reality, okay? In any case, I think this is difficult to argue against. More Americans would be totally on board with doing these jobs if they paid higher, if they had better work conditions. And ironically enough, if they hired more people, for example, so that the workload was distributed evenly amongst a larger population of workers who were getting paid even more. But in any case, that's not even, we're so far removed from that argument. We're so far removed from that argument right now. It's just like doesn't even make sense. What I was simply talking about is we're also fucking hemorrhaging the brain drain. There's like a reverse brain drain now. We're immigrants of all sorts that propped up this country, that made the United States of America the greatest superpower in existence, was largely due to the fact that everyone wanted to fucking come here. Okay. There's obviously a lot of different reasons for it beyond that, but like everybody wanted to come here. All of the fucking high earners, all the people that come from a background of financial security that got like education, they got college education, like they all wanted to come here. Like my grandfather, okay, he was a fucking engineer. He was like a straight up serious engineer, and he came to the United States of America, and he didn't continue being an engineer. You know what I mean? Well, he also he became like a what is it called when you like sell houses and shit? That's what he did. But like this story is something that people, this story is very, a realtor. This story is like very, very common, right? It's very common story. Like chemical engineers from like Afghanistan come to the United States of America and they become like cab drivers. You know what I mean? Fuck your grandfather. That's a 5% of an American dream. Damn, dude. Hasan, seems like your career is big today. Is a very special day, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. A very special day for everybody out there. And you might be thinking to yourself, is it a special day because you're doing multicam, Hasan? And no, that's not the reason why it's a special day. It's not the multicam that's the reason. Multiple Hasans, multiple dogs. Is that the reason? Nope, that's not the reason either. Okay. You might be thinking to yourself, is it because it's a beautiful day? It's nice. It's weather is beautiful in California, Los Angeles. No, that's not the reason either. Multicam angle, that's multi-track drifting, multicam angle drifting. You already know that's how we do it out here. You cloned yourself. I cloned myself and I cloned my dog. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful day and a very special day. Not because it's 78 degrees and sunny, but because it's a day of celebration, as is the case every Friday. Because it's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Boys, girls, and MBs. It's Mufasa Friday. It's Fucker Fans Mom Friday. It's freaking... It's freaking Dog Party Friday. You already know what it is, baby. You already know what this is about. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs, you already know we celebrate Fridays around these parts because it's a day of celebration that our forefathers fought long and hard for. 78 degrees and sunny here in California, Los Angeles. In any case, it is in any case, it's Friday, October 10th, 2025, 11:29 a.m. It's a beautiful day in California, Los Angeles, folks. We are live. We are alive. Your trending numbers are blowing your purse, Kirk, killing numbers out of the water. Yeah, no, I'm blowing up. I'm blowing up big time. I'm blowing up big time in white woman Twitter. I'm blowing up big time in like all of the media environments. I think it's actually really interesting because it's one of those things that is just like so objectively untrue, even though if like people stick to the clip culture, if people just stick to like the clips in general, like sure, they'll make up their minds. They'll be like, that guy's a real piece of shit. And they'll forever think of me as that person, right? But like if they were to briefly glance over, or if they were to like watch any number of videos, like I mean Kaya literally grew up on camera. So if they actually saw any uninterrupted broadcast, like they would be like, all right, well, this is a little bit overblown, I think. But ultimately, do you think MSM will change their views on you after this? I feel like you were doing good making waves in MSM lately. No. If you noticed a lot of the outlets that have like covered this or attempted to cover this without any sort of consideration for like defamation or whatsoever, it's been like Fox News, New York Post, shit like that. And it's also so objectively untrue that it doesn't really matter, ultimately. I think it was Gutfeld that even covered it as well.